Magnolia is a social bookmarking site which disguises a productivity tool, which disguises a happiness engine. That's what we are.
I don't get it.
You should just come and check it out. I mean, I'm making it more, it's not that complicated. So,
How long have you guys been around?
the site has been open to the public for just over a year. We had our 1-year anniversary party at Citizen Space, February 15th.
And what is your traffic at this one? How would you describe the present state of it?
We're very small, and that's intentional. As we're trying to provide a quality experience for the right number of people than a bad experience for a lot of people.
How many users do you have?
We have about 35 to 40,000 members.
And any specific industry?
A lot of our users are small business people, independent creative professionals like graphic designers, a certain number of programmers.
So what service do you provide?
It's social bookmarking and sharing. Happiness probably more on a level of mood, of like, do you experience positive feelings towards the world and other people? And a lot of this comes out of the field of positive psychology, of like, we've studied and learned ways that actual concrete actions and ways of being that produce happy feelings in people. And so, a lot of what I've been talking about this weekend, I was on a panel yesterday morning, and then I gave a presentation at the Web2 Open sessions today. Is about about designing web services that instead of getting people stuck in cycles of unhappiness, as how can we be designing web services that actually get people into a flow of being happy.
So when we become a user of Magnolia, what happens and how can I become happy?
Well, I think one of the small things we do is next to every bookmark on our website is a little link that says "Give thanks."
Thanks.
And you can just thank someone because they helped you find something that you found interesting. And all it does is it sends them a message saying that you thanked them. They don't accumulate points. There's no game involved. There's no trying to be the most thanked person. It's just a private little message from you to them saying thank you. And one of the things that has been studied is that expressing gratitude raises people's feelings of happiness. They experience happy emotions when they express gratitude. And so that's sort of like one of the things we've designed into the system that brings happiness to people.
Yeah, but, okay, so in that sense, we can integrate that into other things other than social bookmarks, because if you blog about something interesting and everybody reads your blog, then everybody's thankful for you for writing something interesting. And if it can be applied to a lot of things, right?
I think it would be great to develop patterns of user interaction that actually encourage happiness, rather than patterns of user interaction that encourage unhappiness and feelings of feeling disconnected or stuck. It's like, in MySpace, a lot of people sit there endlessly refreshing and waiting for new messages to appear, and they aren't. It's not part of their flow. They get stuck within that one place and looking externally for affirmation. It doesn't. When they get it, it leads to a temporary sort of like false sense of happiness, but it's not really developing happiness as a practice within their lives.
Yeah, but so why did you start with social bookmark? Because, for example, social network services, when you get a message from other person, you're happy and and then when you link to other people, you're happy. And there's a lot of different ways to get happiness and thank other people. But why social bookmarks?
I think looking back, I wanted something that a system where there was more intention built in, rather than it being a database application where you could just save the stuff you found and other people might happen to find it. So that I think I sort of come from a background of at graduate school I was developing qualitative research software which would allow people doing video research of other ethnographic research, taking videos of people and breaking them down, and we called it annotating back then, but it was the same as tagging and tagging them, and then being able to construct movies based on the tags that people doing research together had applied to those different pieces of video. So I guess I'm working with that. It's like seeing how we can build more intentional sharing into that by making on Magnolia there's groups, so people can form groups and then invite people to share the resources they find around certain topics, rather than sort of like acting completely selfishly and only tagging things so you can find them later.
What is your goal?
In life, or
both in life and the Magnolia business.
Well, with building Magnolia, I'm trying to build a quality, sustainable business that provides values to our members and brings me happiness creating.
What's the business model? Is it advertising?
Our business model is freemium. We're going to be launching a pro version of our service in about 6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks? So what can we expect when we become the premier member?
I think sort of we're focusing on publishing tools and also tools to manage better management of privacy. And trying to think of what all we have lined up. But we sort of focus on what people produce for the pro. That's sort of where the productivity tool comes in, as we're focused on providing stuff where people are getting value out of what they create from what they put into Magnolia.
Interesting. Thank you.